She's down under, but she's on top of the world, and she won't stop. Flying free, no looking back, turning every crack into a map. Hello, beautiful. Welcome to another episode of Likha Love. So today I wanted to just bring up something that is such an important part of our life that we don't consider to be important, because to some, self-care is selfish, when in actuality it's so essential. We are responsible, number one, for ourselves, for our body, for our health. We are living in this beautiful vessel that God has given us. So how are we taking care of it? How are we taking care of ourselves? We cannot be the best to everyone if we are not looking after ourselves. Self-care is so important. It is the number one thing we should be thinking about every single day. Because how are we going to function to the best of our abilities if we're not taking care of ourselves? Our body, our health is our number one responsibility. Before we can even be responsible for anyone else, we really need to be taking care of ourselves. Now, when you are riding an airplane, the one instruction they always say when those masks come down, those oxygen masks, is that if you are beside your child, as adults, you need to put yours on first. You need to put your oxygen mask on first before you can help your child. That sounds like a good reason to put yourself first, right? I mean, how can you put on someone else's mask if you are breathing the bad air? You know what I mean? If the plane really is going down, in the middle of you putting on your child's oxygen mask and the oxygen in the airplane gets sucked out and you have no oxygen mask on. Like, you could be in the middle of putting your child's on and then eventually you pass out. I don't know how it works, okay? But I get the concept. I get it. You have to put your mask on first to save yourself in order for you to be able to breathe and you can help someone else. That makes sense to everybody. It makes sense to me. I might not be the best explainer, but it makes sense. So self-care is really, really important. Now, to those who don't think about self-care, what is self-care? Why is it such a new concept now when it should be a normal thing in our life? Now, self-care is so important when it comes to your physical health, number one. If you are taking care of your body physically, what you put in it, what you feed yourself, staying hydrated, all the things that you're supposed to do to take care of your body, to reduce stress and to prevent burnout, it's so important. You need to take care of your physical health, or else how are you going to function every day? What about number two? Mental health. You have to take time to be still, take time to just be with yourself, to be able to, improve your mood, make sure that you are grounded, making sure that your mind is right, your mind is clear, in order to keep yourself from having anxiety and depression. You need to make sure that your mind is grounded. So you have to take care of your mental health. Taking care of your mental health is so important, because the way that you think every day, how you feel, really affects your day. It affects your relationships. It affects your productivity. It affects your emotions. If you're not grounded, if you're not balanced, you're going to be all over the place. Your moods are going to be all over the place. That not only affects you in your day, but it affects the people around you. It affects your relationships. It affects your children. Your children they don't have to know what's going on in your life. They can feel it off of you. They can feel what you are feeling. It's true. Children are so pure. And how they learn is not just by watching or listening, but they can feel the tension. They can feel your stress. They can feel what you are feeling, even if they don't know what's going on. So you really have to take care of yourself, take care of your physical health and your mental health in order to be able to be that person that you want to be, especially around your children. Because everything that you do, everything you say, it affects your children. They are learning from you. They are learning how to self-regulate. They are learning how people work. They're learning, what they should and shouldn't do by watching you, by being around you. So yes, self-care is absolutely important. It is not selfish. It's not selfish at all. You have to be doing well. You have to make sure that you are healthy mentally and physically and balanced and grounded in order for you to be that best version of yourself, in order for you to be that example that you want to be to your children. Now, what are some self-care things can we do to help improve who we are? Now, self-care isn't just eating right, eating the right foods, which is so important. Your body needs to function every day. And if you're not putting the right food in your body, brain food especially, oh my gosh, if you're not putting the right foods in your body, then your body is not going to function as well as you want it to be, right? Your body will get sick. Like, how is your immune system? Are you making sure that you have good immune system? The only way you can have good immune system is making sure that you have all the nutrients that your body needs every single day. Now, eating sugar all the time, cake, sweets, cereal, chocolate milk, like all the things that have no nutrients. Are you filling up on that? Or are you filling up on fresh fruits and vegetables that have all the nutrients that we need? Now having vitamins, sure, taking vitamin tablets every day, yeah, whatever, that's great and all, but you really can't trust pills. Honestly, you can't, unless it's natural. And the only way that you can know for sure that what you're taking is the best is for you to go fresh. That's what I've learned personally. The healthiest that I've ever been is right now. Is because I have that alkaline diet where I'm eating fresh fruits and veggies. And I don't have cravings anymore. I used to crave sugar all the time. I used to crave coffee all the time. And my coffee, I can drink coffee black, but the ones I crave are the ones with so much sugar in it because it's so delicious, right? But it's not good for my body. That's not what nourishes me. When I was in America, oh my gosh, my diet was so bad. So bad. French fries, meat, and meat that's not even safe. The meat that we get from the grocery stores, you can't trust it. You just can't. They inject so much crap in it, and you really don't know what you're eating anymore. The only way that you are guaranteed to have the best meat is to grow your own. The one thing I do miss is raising a cow and raising chickens. I love getting fresh eggs every day. And I do miss having my own garden that I grew with my own hands. I feel like that's the only way that you are guaranteed to have the best of the best, is if you know exactly where it came from. Exactly what went into the animal's, system. Exactly where those eggs came from. You know exactly where those veggies came from. You know, a lot of things in the grocery store, they're sprayed with so much chemicals. And you don't even know what's in those chemicals. You know, they spray these things so they can look the absolute best, so they can look perfect, they can look nice and big and shiny, and they're producing these groceries for its looks. It's just for the looks. And then we're consuming it, not realizing all the chemicals that was sprayed onto it that's causing so many problems in our health, and we don't even realize it, and then we blame it on something else. And then I can go on and on and on and on about the poison that is being fed to us by big companies. Anyways, back to self-care. What other self-care ideas will help you? You know, everybody's different. What makes you calm? What makes you happy? What makes you feel at peace? You know, think about that. Is it soaking in the bathtub? You know, having 30 minutes to soak in the bathtub and just be alone. You know, being out in nature, going for hikes, even if it's just a short walk every day. That is so important. Being away from people. I cannot express enough how important it is to have your solitude. Even if it's just a few minutes a day. I know when you have a big family and there's so much going on, it's hard to find that time to be alone. Get in your closet. Sit in your closet and pray, meditate. Just be by yourself for a few minutes. It's just so chaotic. That's more signs that you have to have that time to be alone, to reset your nervous system, calm yourself down. I know when I have moments where I'm so stressed out, when these emotions are just so elevated, I always say, Mommy needs a timeout. And I do. I need that time to just get away and just reset my nervous system. So what I do is I normally go outside and just take a breather. Give me 5 minutes to calm down. That's all I need. And then I can go back inside and function and not look like a crazy person because of stress. It's as simple as that. Going outside in the backyard for 5 minutes, take some breaths, tell myself some good things, that everything's going to be okay. I am safe. I am happy. I am healthy. I am wealthy. I am abundant. I am loved. I am strong. I am capable. And just repeat it over and over and over until you're calm. You know, that's just one thing that I do personally that helps me. It is so important to take care of yourself. In order for you to take care of others, you have to take care of yourself. You are important. No one's going to look after you like you. So look after yourself. Do what's best for you so you can be the best for others. It's as simple as that. Now, some other self-care ideas, you know, showering. If you don't have a bathtub, go take a quick shower. Get yourself out of that stressful situation and just wash off what is stressing you out. Wash off that negative energy. 5 minutes in the shower. If you really want like a quick reset, make that water cold. Don't even turn that hot water on. Just get in there in the cold shower. There's so many benefits for you doing that. You should just try it. Just try it. At first it's like, whoa, it's so cold. But then you get out and you're like, wow, I feel so amazing. The best feeling I've had coming out of a shower has been a straight cold shower. My parents do it all the time. The house that we're moving out of currently, the hot water heater is so messed up. But my parents have not gotten it fixed. And apparently, before I came, it has been messed up for years. But they don't care because they just take cold showers all the time. So I got used to it. I got used to the cold shower. And actually, it becomes addicting after knowing how you feel afterwards. You're just like, oh, I need a cold shower. It's amazing, the benefits of a cold shower. Now, what else? What else is a good self-care idea for you? What about prayer? Every day, this is the one thing that gets me through each day, is just talking to God. And it's not me going, oh God, please help me, please do this. No, I don't do that. I already know God has my best interest. I already know that He loves me. I already know that everything happens for a good reason. So what I do is I practice gratefulness. I thank God every day. Throughout the day, when it just comes to mind, I'm like, oh gosh, God, thank you for this weather. It doesn't matter if it's raining, it doesn't matter if it's storming, it doesn't matter if it's sunny outside. I thank God every single day for the day. I thank Him for however the day looks. I thank Him for the opportunity to have today, that I am alive. Thank you, God, that I am fed. Thank you, God, for the roof over my head. Thank you, God, for the clothes I get to choose to wear every day. I thank God for everything. Thank God for my family, for my parents, for my daughters. I thank God for all the opportunities. When I used to be married, the one thing that would get me through the day was to find things to be grateful for. I would thank God for the dirty dishes. Thank you, God, for the opportunity to feed my family and to have these dirty dishes. I am so thankful that I get to have dirty dishes. I am so thankful that I get to have laundry, that I have clothes that I get to wear, that I have to wash because I wore them. I thank God every day for everything. That is what's going to help you get through the day, to think of all the things that you are thankful for instead of thinking of all the things that you lack. Because you are provided for every day. If you're alive, if you're breathing, if you have something to eat, if you have something to drink, if you have something to wear, you're freaking lucky, man. There are so many people who have nothing. If you have a roof over your head, be thankful. I've been homeless before. I was homeless for a month. I worked my butt off paying for a hotel room every single day. But I was so grateful that I was able to find work in order to survive. Even though it wasn't work that I liked, it wasn't the ideal job, but I was so thankful that I was able to afford to live in a hotel room when I was homeless. That God provided that for me in order for me to have a roof over my head in a country where I was alone with no help. I was able to survive with no help. You have to find things to be grateful for every day. That's how you're going to get through each day. Self-care includes positivity. What are you feeding your mind? Are you telling yourself that you can't do it? That's not true. You've already gone through and survived 100% of your bad days. If you are here today and you've had the craziest life, you're alive. You made it. You survived. And knowing that you have already survived 100% of all your bad days, you're going to continue to survive the next bad day, the next bad situation. And you looking at it in a different light, knowing that you're going to get through it and it's just a bump on the road. It's just a little challenge that's going to refine you, refine your character. If you think of it that way, then you're just going to get through it easy peasy. Been there, done that. I know what I'm doing now. You have to know and accept that you are braver, you are stronger, you are more capable than your mind is telling you. If there is a lot of self-doubt and self-negative talk going on in your head, stop that. Stop it. It's just thoughts. Let it pass. Let it go by, but don't soak it up. Stop thinking about it. Stop repeating it over and over in your head. Hear your thoughts, then let it go. Your thoughts are not you. They're just thoughts. And it's usually thoughts influenced by the negative people around you, the negative situation around you. The only way you can really help with your thoughts is if you transmute those negative thoughts into something positive. When I get negative thoughts and I'm thinking, oh, somebody's thinking this about me, I just remember that, you know what, they're probably not. They can't hear my thoughts. My thoughts are my thoughts, and I'm the only one who can hear them, and I'm the one who's speaking them. I'm the one who's creating these thoughts. Me. They're my thoughts. It's my doing. So we have to be able to see these thoughts as it comes and decide what these thoughts mean to you. When I'm thinking that someone might think this, why am I thinking that? Why is it that negative thought is coming through my head? Is that how I really feel about myself? And if it is, I need to change that. No, I don't look silly. I'm totally fine. Just relax. Nobody really cares what I wear. Nobody really cares how I look. Everybody's too concerned about themselves. And that's the truth. People can speak negative about you, but at the end of the day, they don't really care about you. They care about themselves. Everybody is just concerned about themselves. If they're saying mean things to you or about you, that's just them projecting a feeling about themselves. It's not really about you. It's about them. So we need to just relax. Those are just thoughts. Okay? We have to practice self-compassion. Yeah, you made mistakes. Turn those mistakes into lessons that make you a better person. Turn those mistakes into, a lesson that you're not going to do that again. You know what happens when you do this. So know when the next opportunity arrives and you're in a similar situation, what are you going to do different? What are you going to do to make sure that you have the best results? Self-care requires self-compassion, requires positive talk, requires self-love. If you do not love yourself, then there are a lot of problems that come with that. Self-love is absolutely important. You have to learn to love yourself. If you don't love yourself, then you're not going to take care of yourself how you should. When you start loving yourself, you start being more mindful about how you are treated, about what goes into your body, about your self-talk. When you love yourself, you want to make sure that you are always feeling safe and that you are taken care of. You have to love yourself. When you love yourself, everybody benefits, not just you, everybody around you. When you love yourself, you don't worry about the things that used to bother you before you loved yourself, because now you see it in a different light. When you love yourself, you don't put yourself in situations where you don't feel safe. You don't put yourself in situations where you are uncomfortable, where you feel like you are not yourself, where you feel like you have to make yourself little, make yourself not heard and not seen. When you love yourself, you're not going to do that to yourself. When you love yourself, you're not going to put junk in your body and expect to feel good about it later. When you love yourself, you're going to make sure that you are well rested, that you get enough sleep. You're going to make sure that you are well. Your mind is well, your body is well, your health is well, your relationships are well. You're going to put peace first over anything. A peaceful life is what you're going to strive for when you love yourself. No matter what that looks like, you're going to choose peace over chaos. You're going to stop trying to beg for someone's attention. You're going to stop trying to beg for someone to love you right, someone to treat you right. You're going to stop looking for that because you already have that. You already love yourself. You're already treating yourself right. You're already making sure that you are taken care of. That's what self-love and self-care looks like. And when you are a happier person because you feel loved and you feel like you are taken care of, then you're going to be the best version of yourself. And you're going to be so attractive. People are going to be want to be around you. They're going to want what you have, your energy, your positivity. They're going to want to know what makes you so happy in the midst of this crazy, crazy world. What is it that you have that we don't have? A lot of people hate themselves. They may never say it out loud, but they do with what they put up with. They hate themselves so much that they're allowing people to use them, allow people to mistreat them for years and years and years, just allowing the same people to mistreat them. If you love yourself, you're not going to do that. If you love yourself, you're going to make sure that you feel safe to be yourself. If you don't feel safe to be yourself, maybe you should change that. Maybe it's time to change yourself. You can try to control the people around you. You can try to control the situations around you all you want. It's not going to go anywhere. You can keep trying and trying and trying and just totally depleting your energy on things you cannot control. Or you can work on yourself, love yourself, and learn to control your mind. Learn to see life in a different light. Learn to control yourself, because that's the only thing that you can control is yourself. That is the only thing. You are the only thing that you can control. Anything outside of you, you cannot control, not even your children. Everybody has a mind of their own. You don't know what tomorrow is going to look like. You don't know what the next 5 minutes is going to look like. Life is fleeting. Life is unpredictable. You don't know what's going to be in the next few minutes. So take control of what you can control, and that is you. You can control your reactions, your actions, your thoughts, your words, what goes in your body. You can control all the things that you do. What are you doing that is self-love, that is self-care? What is it that makes you feel good about yourself? If it's just fixing your hair every day, putting on a little makeup, that's totally fine. Whatever makes you feel good, do it. Whatever makes you feel better. I know children, including my own children, if they're not wearing something that they feel comfortable in, now that's going to affect their day. There is not going to be anything that's going to make their attitude better until they're out of those clothes. And that's the same with us. Putting on things like, let's say, a mask. If we're putting on a mask in order to please everyone around us, is that making you happy? Is that mask making you happy? Is that mask making you feel loved and accepted and by you? No, it's not. That mask is for other people, but it's not for you. Why are you putting on that mask? Be yourself. Love yourself. If you're a silly girl who likes to tell jokes, tell it. I remember when I was in America and I had to put a mask on every day in order just for people to be around me, because if I'm myself, no one understands it, no one gets it, because I'm from a completely different culture and people don't get my jokes. It's so sad, because it really felt lonely. I couldn't be my authentic self because of how afraid I was of people's opinions. Looking back at it, it's absolutely ridiculous what I did in order to hide my true self, in order to fit in, which I still never fit in. I still didn't know how to fit in because I just couldn't be someone else that I wasn't. And when I did try to be someone else I wasn't, I was not happy. It was actually really miserable. So you do what is best for you. What makes you happy? What makes you calm? What makes you feel at peace? What makes you feel like you are 100% yourself? If the people around you are not making you feel like you can be yourself, maybe you should change the people around you. And if you cannot change the people around you because they're family or it's a job that you have to have right now, then take control of your thoughts. Take control of your feelings. Learn to react. Learn to still be yourself. Learn to be that person that has a voice, that needs to be seen. Learn to be that person who's not afraid to be seen or heard. And learn to react to those who are negative towards you. Learn to take that negativity and turn it into positivity. Be an alchemist. You are not your past mistakes. You are not those negative things that people are saying. Don't take that to heart. Don't take that as truth. You know that's not true. That's just them projecting their thoughts of their feelings. It's not you. It's not your feelings. It's not who you are. You, my friend, are love. God is love. And we are an image of God. We are love. I hope you feel encouraged after listening to me. I hope you feel the truth, which is that you are more than you think you are. You are loved. And that you are in control of you, and that you can turn anything negative into positive, and you are amazing. Practice self-care. What is it that makes you happy? Go read that book that you've always wanted to read. Go fix that meal that you want to fix, even though your whole family won't eat it. Who cares? You're going to eat it. Fix them whatever they want to eat, but make sure that you fix yourself what you want to eat. I think that's what a big part of my downfall was when I was married to a man that only wanted meat and taters. I literally gave up on cooking for myself and just cooked what he wanted, which was nothing nutritional, because I didn't want an argument. It's like dealing with a toddler. Okay, fine. Eat your nuggets. Don't eat what I cooked. You know, my health would have been so much better if I would have just ate what I knew was better for me and what I wanted to eat instead of just giving in to everybody else around me. You know, you have to take care of yourself. Practice self-care, brush your hair, brush your teeth. You know, what makes your body feel better? Do a few jumping jacks every morning. Exercise. Take care of yourself. Practice your breathing. Practice your self-talk. Talk to God. Practice gratefulness. Be the person that you want to be right now. The only person stopping you from doing the things that you want to do is you. So go out there and love yourself. Take care of yourself. Prioritize your happiness, your health, so you can be the best version of yourself for the people that you love. Okay? All right, guys. Thank you for listening. Just remember that you are loved, and I love you, and have a magical day. Bye. Mwah.